So these are the images that I have trained of myself using this process of LoRa training using Replicate. And let me just quickly show you how they look like. So this is one photo which was completely AI generated. This is one photo. This is one. This is one. This is one. This is one. So all of this were created using a trained model of my face inside Replicate, inside Flux LoRa, right? And you can also train it, and it will only take couple of cents to create every single image like this, which you can use for your thumbnails. You can be at the Cannes, waving at the paparazzi without even stepping a foot outside your home. It is incredible. And today I'm going to teach you all of that in this video. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Rish, and I am an AI and business automation consultant. And I love to teach about everything that makes your businesses leverage the power of AI to create more and more value to your customers and thereby generating more revenue. I specialize in creating workflows using n8n, retail, VAPI, and just about anything that can give value to you. If you want to create some customized solutions for your business, the links to book a meeting directly with me are going to be in the description of every single video. Now let's get back to today's video. So for all that magic to happen, I am going to introduce you to a platform called Replicate. And if you have not heard about Replicate yet, you are going to love it. Because Replicate is a platform through which you can try and play with any of the latest AI models, regardless of it being a video, an image, or any other kind of model without paying the full fee for the subscription. For example, we have all these models available right here, which are ByteDance, Black Forest Labs, and even Google VO3. Because as you know, VO3 costs $200 on subscription, but using Replicate, you can play and create assets with VO3 by paying just some cents for every video generation. Because like I told you, Replicate only charges you for per second of video output and not as a whole subscription, because it's totally free as a platform but only charges for what you use on any of the AI models, which means you can use any of these models by spending just few cents and figure out which one works best for your use case. For example, this one is Ideogram AI, and we can use this by just 0.03 per output image. There is no minimum image required. You can just start with a single image and see if it works for you and then go forward. And Replicate also has a lot of models. So if I go here, these are the featured models. And if you go down, these are the official models, which are Pixiverse, Black Forest Labs, Bria, all of that. And then it's incredibly organized because it will ask you what you want to do. If you want to, let's say, generate images, these are all the models. If you want to create captions, these are the ones. If you want to use a face to make an image, these are the ones. Generate music, remove backgrounds, enhance videos, restore images. There is a lot of stuff. But for now, for this video, let's see how we can train a model on our own face to quickly create high quality images that we can use for YouTube thumbnails or for any other use case that you prefer. So let me start by telling you how to sign up for this platform. And for that, you just go to replicate.com, and this is the screen that you would see. And here you will click on try for free. Now, one limitation of Replicate is it only works with a GitHub account. So you have to have one. If you don't have one, just go to github.com and sign up for a new account and just link it with that. I'm going to sign in with my account because I already have linked it with Replicate. So let me do that. So now I have linked my account, and now this is coming to my dashboard, which you can see I have used a lot of stuff. But for you, this is going to be a blank slate. And the first thing that you will need to do is to go to your profile and go to account settings. And you have to go to billing and add a card inside here. Because even though Replicate is free, but it requires a credit card on file to be able to do anything. So even if you're spending like 1 cent, you have to have a credit card on the file for it to work. So just two things. One, a GitHub account, and second, a card that is linked to your billing. That's all that you need to do to get started. Now, once that is done, you will go to explore and you will go to train a model. So if I click here, it will take me to this help page, which will show you just how the fine-tuned model works. So let's just skip all that and let me show you how it works in action. So we go to this link, which is training link for LoRa, right? And there is a README file right here, which will show you how the Flux LoRa trainer will work. By the way, just before we continue training with LoRa, let me quickly tell you, LoRa stands for Low Rank Adaptation, and that's a technology developed by Microsoft in 2021, which is a technique for fine-tuning large AI models cheaply and efficiently. And the best part is, you don't have to have a massive data set of your photos and videos or a couple of other things. You can train a LoRa with just 10 to 20 images, which you can also see in the README section. And it shows that you can have a data set of 10 to 20 images of your subject, and in your case, it will be you. And this is how you will train your model. Let's come back here. So for the training, the preparation required will only be your photos, at least 10 to 20. The more it is, the better for the engine, but you have to have at least 10 to 20 photos of you, and all of those photos should be in different lighting conditions, in different poses. So let me show you a folder of my images that I will use to train this LoRa. So this is a folder with my images, and these are from different times and different situations, different lighting. So you can see one is here, this, 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 a lot of images which will tell the LoRa how I look in different lighting and how it has to train for every single aspect of my face from every angle and from every lighting condition. So once you do that, you just have to select all and create a zip file of your photos like this. And all you need to do is go down here and input your images right here inside like this. So remember, only a zip file will work. The photos themselves would not. But before that, you have to select a destination for your model to be trained. And for that, click here and create a new model like this, and it will be created inside your GitHub repo. And I would advise you to keep it private because it's going to be your trained model on your data and images. So you can name it anything, let's say YT test Rish, whatever, right? So this would be the name of the repo that will be created inside your GitHub account and using these images. Now, trigger word is the word that you would use to trigger the LoRa to tell it that you want to work with your trained set of images and not from the images of whole world, right? For that, make it something that is your name or a short name or a pet name, something that you can remember and trigger later to tell LoRa that you want to create images from this particular set of images, which is yours. So I can name it Rish or whatever, right? So that would be my trigger word inside my training set, which is right here, right? And then the subject type is subject because we are training for our face, right? And that's it. You have to just create a training, and within some time, it will take, I think, a couple of minutes, and it will be trained for your photos. And the cost would be somewhere around this much. So once your model is trained, it will look something like this. So mine took around 14 minutes, and this is how your model will look like, right? This was my archive images kind of data set. This was my trigger word, and everything else was default what I checked, right? And now I'll show you how you can run your trained model. So let's click here and let's prompt it. So it will show me that my trigger word was Rish 404, right? So if I prompt it, create a hyper-realistic, highly detailed close-up portrait in a studio environment with soft light in editorial style. So if I put here this prompt, but I have to have my trigger word inside it, otherwise it will create random images. So I'll put my trigger word here of @ right? So if the trigger word is highlighted like this in blue, which means that it has fetched that you want to have this trigger word. So this is my prompt, and this is of which subject the LoRa has to create an image for. Everything else you have to just keep blank if you are working on a trained LoRa, right? You can maybe change the output format, which is WebP right now. You can use JPEG or PNG, or you can also change the aspect ratio of your image. So by default, LoRa will give you 1:1 ratio. But if you want to have like something for a thumbnail, you can click right here. So let's run this LoRa in front of you and let's see how it works. So this is how it will run. It will start running, and if it's not in a cold state, it will run super fast. Let's see what image it comes up with. And this is the image that it came up with. It's very, very close to how I look. And yeah, I would probably do some touches, but the fact that it's able to create this kind of photo without me going somewhere out and getting a photo shoot done, that is truly incredible. Right now, let's try something crazy, right? In a Superman costume, flying in the sky. So let's change that and let's run the LoRa once again. And let's see how it fetches, how it creates my images according to this prompt. Look at this. This is what LoRa has created by my image. Okay, so let's reset it and let's use some prompt to create some image for YouTube thumbnail. Create a hyper-realistic close-up portrait in a soft lighting, sitting in an upscale cafe while wearing formal clothes with a MacBook Pro. So let's give it this prompt and let's insert our trigger word, which is mine. Everything is fine. Let's create this. And one more thing I'll change here is I will add number of outputs as more than one. So maybe let's say create 4 images, because then we can create many variations using the same run, right? So we'll run this and it's going to take little more time than it does to create a single image, but that's worth it because it's saving us time and saving us effort of doing it again and again. So let's see, sometimes it gets some images very, very wrong. I hope that doesn't happen in this demo. So let's see what kind of images we are going to get with this one. And it should be done now. Nice. Nice. Very, very nice. So I like them. I really like them. And they are kind of thumbnail ready. Like you can use this photo as like a thumbnail right now. It has probably no flaws, to be honest. I will still retouch it a little bit to make sure that it looks like me. And in this one, this kind of iMac is out of place, but this is really nice. And this one is really nice. And now you can just click on these images, and as you click on that, it will get downloaded. Now let me just show you what it costed me to create all of these images. So let me go to my account settings and let me go to the billing section and let me click here. Yeah, so it's not showing me the amount that was used in this run, but since I had 31 cents to pay when I started the video and now I have 41 cents to pay, so it all took me about 10 cents and I was able to create, I think, maybe 5 or 6 images with 10 cents. And I don't think you can get any cheaper than that.